What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Dragonflight gold making video. So a couple of days ago, actually like a week ago at this point, I made a video on how to make gold in Dragonflight based on which crafts I'm currently doing in the expansion to make a lot of gold, and that was like an entry level introduction to crafting based on things that have a low barrier to entry. Now today I want to talk about things that have a higher barrier to entry, a mid barrier to entry, so to say. You want to have some stats for this one, you might even want to have some rare tools and some knowledge points to make this worth it for you, but if you set it up correctly, you can make so much gold by doing some crafting. It is absolutely insane. Before I show you that though, I do want to give something back to you guys for watching my videos and following my channel and subscribing and just doing your part in, well, helping me out basically, and I want to give you guys something back. So I'm actually going to be giving you guys an early access video that is available on my channel right now to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. So all you have to do to get this video is subscribe down below, and then head on over to my channel's main page, and there should be a brand new video waiting for you right there. If you're struggling finding the video, the thumbnail looks like this, and it should be on the main home page on my channel. After you have clicked that subscribe button, then just go there and check it out. This is a video we've had in early access right now in my gold guide as well for about a week, and I want to give those of you who are subscribing to my channel a chance to get into it before the video gets public. This is a super easy way to make a lot of gold super fast in the expansion, and it's a way to set yourself up to make a gold every single week, and it's actually super great. It takes 1 to 2 hours to set up, and you can start making gold right away. Either way, just subscribe down below and you will get access to that one. Alternatively, if you want even more early access videos and exclusive gold making information, then check out my Dragonflight gold guide as well. Not going to do like a massive shout out for this one right now, but if you want to check it out, the link will be down below. It is a 170 pages long PDF document for gold making, and you also get early access to videos and exclusive videos as well through the exclusive Discord server we have attached to the guide. The link to that one will be down below as well. And now let's talk about how to make some gold with crafting, and in this video I'll be showing you multiple crafts that I'm personally doing to make a lot of gold in Dragonflight so far, using several expansions. And let's start it off with my favorite, Alchemy. So for Alchemy I have 3 different characters, spec'd completely different, but crafting potions and files are actually not profitable right now. At least they are very rarely profitable, and you have to do so much setup to make it profitable for you. I have an alchemist with 160 points spent in the right talent trees, and even then potions are not profitable. But on this one, for example, I have way less knowledge points. I have about, let's see, 45, 85, so 115 knowledge points, which is still quite a bit. And like I said, this will be like a medium barrier to entry gold making method for this one. So 115 points spent in alchemy right here, and this one is pretty good to go, and it's set up for multiple things. So first of all, I have transmutation to actually make this a transmute character as well, so I'm doing some basic transmutes on this guy, and you can see right now with Awakened Ear I'm making 1.7k profit for every single time, and I can do 10 transmutes, so that is 17,000 gold right there by setting that up correctly. And basically if you have transmutation, you can see right here, you will now get 5% resourcefulness, 10% resourcefulness, and 15%, so now we're up to 25%, so 25% resourcefulness, and by stacking that with regular resourceful routines, you will now save more reagents when you proc resourcefulness. So those two right here mix really well together. And I also have chemical synthesis for crafting other things. So you can see for synthesis right here, this one increases your multi-craft, if you see right here, when crafting reagents and incenses. So when I go down here, we have a couple of finishing reagents that I'm crafting a lot of and making a decent chunk of gold with as well. So let's look at blood salt for example, and I'm using an add-on called Craft Sim. Shout out to Penguin for that one. I watched Penguin do a video, and I think it was Enchanting and Tailoring, where Penguin mentioned Craft Sim, and this one is absolutely perfect for calculating the average profit. So this one will tell you the crafting cost of what you're crafting. It will tell you profit by quality, so profits on tier 2 and tier 3, and based on this and your stats, it will give you an average profit margin as well, with an explanation if you want to do the whole mathematical equation right here. But basically by crafting this one, I am getting 411 gold profit every single craft on average. You can also see the good thing about this one is that even though the average profit here is a little bit affected by RNG, you can see even if I just proc proc the minimum, like the bare minimum, it is still profitable. Like even if I just get a regular tier 2, no multicraft, no inspiration, no resourcefulness, no procs at all, it is still profitable for me. So this one right here, super good, 411 gold, but it is a finishing reagent, and you shouldn't really make millions of these every single day because you will struggle to sell them. So personally, I craft 1,000 of these and just keep them in my bag and gradually sell them over time. And personally, I'm selling about 200 every single day when it comes to the blood salts, so it definitely gives me some gold every single day by selling those. Then you also have the stable fluidic draconium, also 547 gold baseline profit, average profit, and once again you can see it's a lot more profitable on tier 3, but you get baseline profit even if you proc a tier 2, like no procs at all, no multicraft, no inspiration, no resourcefulness, no procs or anything, you still make profit on this one as well. And for both blood salt and stable fluidic draconium, I am making about 1,000 of each and just throwing them up on the auction house and just gradually selling them over time. Those two right there, just check if they're profitable for you right now. If they are, then go and craft them. As long as you just download the add-on called Craft Sim, get yourself the multicraft tool that I'm using right here. I'm using it with inspiration, but I have the multicraft tool, and you get yourself the rare tools as well if you can, and get as much knowledge points as possible spent into all of these trees right here. Transmutation should be the last one you go for, unless it's like a transmuting character, obviously. So I went for chemical synthesis first, then resourceful, then transmute, and I just finished off transmutes literally today before making this video, as it is currently Wednesday and the weekly reset. So going back to what I'm crafting though, we have those two obviously, and we also have Primal Convergence and Omnium Draconis that I've been talking about before, and right now you can see even Primal Convergence are profitable. The average profit is 245 gold per craft, even though you're not making any profits on either tier 2 or tier 3. You can see the multicraft percent is 18%, and when you proc a multicraft on these, you can proc up to 9 Primal Convergence on one multicraft, and when you proc resourcefulness, you can save 1 or 2 or 3 materials right here. And if you save both the Awakened Order and the Awakened Ear, you pretty much save all the crafting costs on this one. So just check the average profit, see if it's profitable for you based on your stats, and that one can be good for you. But what I'm personally crafting more of is the Omnium Draconis, and even though you can see the average profit is way less, the Omnium Draconis are usually a lot more stable, giving me very steady gold every single time, and they don't fluctuate as much up and down in price as the Primal Convergence tend to do. So this one right here, you can see even if I'm proccing tier 2, I am almost breaking even. We're losing 7 gold, but when I'm proccing a tier 3, which I'm doing about, well actually not too often, but I'm proccing them every now and then, we're making 111 gold, and you can see we have 18% multicraft chance. And when I'm crafting reagents, we also have this talent right here, which makes it so multicraft grants up to 50% extra reagents and instances. So that one is absolutely massive when I'm crafting both Primal Convergence and Omniums, and when I'm proccing multicraft here, I'm getting 5 and 7 Omniums instead of just getting 2 or 3. So I'm getting 5 and 7 instead, which is a massive boost. So just proccing multicraft makes this like baseline profitable. So right here, 51 gold per craft, and you can craft so many of these. You're making over 100,000 gold per hour just by buying some materials, standing AFK, clicking craft all, and you can literally click craft all. You can craft like 10,000 of them in one go AFK for an hour, just do whatever really, and just reap in the profits. So for doing that though, I do recommend getting the aerated file of Quick Hands. This one will increase your crafting speed by 24% for tier 2 and 30% for tier 3, and usually I just go for the tier 2 one, but if you really want to min-max, then go for the tier 3 one. That will make you able to craft more of them per hour, which obviously increases your gold per hour as well. So for crafting Omniums, definitely do get that flask, and if you can, then get the incense as well. If I can just search it up right here, we have some incenses that will give you Sagacious Incense. This one will give you extra inspiration while crafting, so if you really want to min-max, you can place this one down, get extra inspiration, and proc more tier 3s while you're crafting as well. Now, keeping in line with some medium barrier to entry stuff that I'm crafting myself, we can go to my Enchanting character, where I have a lot of knowledge points spent on Enchanting. I have full outer rear gear for Enchanting as well. So we have this one with Inspiration, and also Enchanted with Inspiration. And for specializations, I have a bit of a weird one, but we have enchantments all the way spec'd right here, so we have a lot of knowledge points, and I kind of wasted 2 points here. I have no idea why, but we also have 20 points, 30 points, and 11 points, so I'm trying to get resourcefulness right now to save myself the cost of some materials when I'm doing enchant. If I can save some of these glowing titan orbs, that would be massive, because they are super expensive. But when I'm crafting enchanting, we can see once again, using the same add-on called Craft Sim, we can now see which enchants are profitable, and there's a couple of them that I'm actually focusing more on than others, and there's actually just 2 enchants that I'm usually doing right now, and that is not these ones, but yeah, we have this one. We have Watcher's Loam. I'm usually doing this one. It has a 250 gold profit margin on average. I'm also doing Plains Runner Breeze, has a 724 gold profit margin on average. And for weapon enchants, I am spec'd into Sophic Devotion, but this one is like, it fluctuates a lot. Earlier today, it had a profit margin of 10k, then it went down to negative 5k, and now it's on 13 gold, aka break-even point roughly. So this one fluctuates like every single minute or hour, basically, fluctuates a lot throughout the day. So this one can be super profitable, can also lose you gold. It has a lot to do with timing the market, and usually if I sell these ones in about 2 hours from now, so at 11 PM, they usually have a major spike in price, because that is when people raiding heroic and mythic on my server tend to stop their raid night, and they get some new weapons from raids, right? They come back, they enchant them, they buy the enchant after the raid, and usually at 11 PM on Wednesdays, I see a major spike in price for these enchants. But Frozen Devotion, you can see this one has an average profit of 4k, and this one has been staying steady pretty much the entire day so far today, at about 4k profit on average. That being said, when it comes to enchanting, if you're going to go for enchantments, you have to notice, like if you go back to Frozen Devotion, you can see by crafting tier 2s, you are losing gold every single time, and all your profits come from getting tier 3. So you want to get as much inspiration as possible, and you want to do as many enchants as possible, so you can even out the RNG. Basically, if you're crafting 20 crafts, it's a chance that all of them proc tier 2, but the more you craft, the more you even out that random number. So it evens out to be 31%, right? And the more you do, the closer you get to that 31% mark. So if you craft 10 enchants and you only get tier 2s, but you have 30% inspiration, you know you just had some bad RNG, so just keep crafting, and eventually you will get to 31%. And with, just use the Craft Sim add-on and see if it's profitable for you, but try to reach at least 30% inspiration before you start doing enchants, and that is once again doable by having the inspiration spec that I have right here, Inspired Devotion, and also getting the rare tools, and also getting this one, the rare rod with inspiration, and enchanted with inspiration as well. So enchanting also has massive potential, just requires a little bit of a build up to get to this point, but once you're at this point, you can make some really easy gold every single day just by crafting some enchants, throwing them on the auction house, and just waiting for them to sell. I usually just check the auction house once per day. I actually don't bother doing any cancel scans. I just craft stuff in the morning, put them on the auction house, and if they sell, that's great, and if they don't sell, then I post them again the next day, but usually most of them do tend to sell. And as we are now 14 minutes into the video, I think it's just fair that I reveal my actual gold mine to those of you who are staying this far, and that is Tailoring. Tailoring has a massive gold making potential so far this expansion, and basically there's so many crafts you can do with Tailoring. This one is actually set up mostly for Asia Weave crafting, so we have a lot of points spent right here for Asia Weave crafting. We're starting to go down to Chrono Cloth as well, but we also have Tailoring Mastery. We have this one spec'd to Tailoring Mastery and also Shrewd Stitch. stitchery, and we have 5 points spent into textiles and 13 points spent into weaving. A little bit all over the place because I'm indecisive, but yeah, there we go. That's the spec that I'm going for on this one. So we have a lot of knowledge points, and there are two things that I want to show you guys. First of all, we have the actual profitability on Asia Weave, 2.5k, but this one has a cooldown as well, so you can't spam this one. It's just like passive gold here and there. But Infurious Wildercloth bolts, this has been my personal hidden gold mine so far, and you can see right now we're making 114 gold profit, and I have a different tailoring character that I probably should have shown this on because it would have been even better, but this one is spec'd out to show you all the different crafts. So this one, Infurious Wildercloth bolts, is making a lot of profits right now, just baseline through multi-craft and also inspiration to get tier 3, and you're using 2 high sell rate materials to give yourself another high sell rate material. So you're making roughly 100 gold profit every single time, and if you use the vial of the aerated vial of quick hands like I talked about to increase crafting speed, you can craft so many of these per hour. You can craft roughly 4,000 per hour probably, giving you 400,000 gold per hour, but obviously you have to sell them as well. But then again, the more different stuff you craft, the more sales you get, and the more gold you get every single day as well. So crafting Infurious bolts, this one has a super low barrier to entry that I just want to talk to you guys about. And first of all, you want to have enough skill to get tier 2, then you also want to have inspiration to get tier 3. So first of all, you want to have tailoring mastery and then shrewd stitchery, then you want to have textiles and also weaving. That being said, that will cost you a total of 25 points spent here plus 40 points spent here, so 65 points in tailoring. And if you know, you know, but you can get 80 points in tailoring in less than 2 hours, so it's super easy. So 65 points spent right here to set up a character to make these bolts is super valuable, especially right now, making 100 gold profit per Infurious bolt. It is super great. Now this week we also have the Surveyor's Cloth robes that are the weekly quest, and on my server these are selling for 600 gold, and I sold these for 2,000 gold each earlier today. So 2,000 gold, and you can see right now they have a crafting cost of 90 gold. So 90 gold turning it into 2,000 gold, that is a super solid profit margin. And even right now you're spending 90 gold to get 468 gold profit, which is once again a pretty hefty profit margin. It's not going to make you super rich, but if you're struggling to get some entry gold and if you're starting out your gold making journey, this one has absolutely no barrier to entry whatsoever. You can start crafting it the second you pick up tailoring, and it's this week on EU at least, it's the weekly quest to have 2 of these and give them in to your tailoring trainer. So get these ones right here, super valuable. And you can also make some extra profit by crafting some of these ones. So you have the chef's hat, for example, 91 gold profit for that one, and the gardening hat, only 19 gold profit. This one used to be worth way more, but now it's a little bit less. But yeah, the chef's hat though, selling for 91 gold profit on that one. You have the Wildercloth bags, for example, 72 gold profit per bag, and the bags have a pretty solid sell rate, so you can make some extra gold every single day just by selling the bags, and also the reagent bags, 57 gold profit per reagent bag. So there you have it, folks, how to make gold with some professions in Dragonflight. This time we covered Alchemy, Enchanting and Tailoring, which are also the professions that I'm using the most to make gold so far this expansion, and I'm absolutely loving it, making several hundreds of thousands of gold every single day just by crafting for an hour or two and doing some very basic work while watching Netflix on the second screen. Either way, if you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like down below. Once again, remember to subscribe to get access to a subscriber only video or a subscriber early access video, if you want to call it that. So far it will be public eventually, but I want to give it to you guys first, so there we go. Either way, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you again very soon.